episode of WDW Today is being sponsored by Mouse Fan Travel. And you know what? When you're planning your trip for the reunion event coming up in this December, you might say to yourself, I'm going to need a place to stay. I mean, I tried crashing with Newell, but he's not going to let me. So yes, you, Janine, can get your own room. You can contact MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, and they can help book a room for you. They got great rates. You know what they have for a rate, Mike Newell?
What do they have?
They have for the reunion.
What do they have?
For with tax, $60 a night.
What?
At good old Pop Century, better known as Ye Old Scopa Towers.
That's insane.
That's right.
That's crazy.
They're so crazy you must think they have brain damage.
That's ridiculous.
And they also have even better, Port Orleans Riverside for $89 a night.
That's crazy.
Right?
Poor lady.
So give them a try. Visit them online at www.mousefantravel.com.
This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Wednesday, September 23rd, 2009. Wrong day. And this is episode 621 of WDW Today. I'm Matt Hochberg of StudioCentral.com. Joining me on today's show is Mr. Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. How are you, Mike?
I'm crazy.
You must be so excited and it's made you crazy because you've seen we almost have 100 people registered for the WDW Today Mouse Fan Travel reunion.
That's really cool.
It's very nice. And as always, snoring during our ad reads, it's Mike Scopa, a senior feature writer and blogger for allears.net. Welcome, Mike.
Warning, media shower in range.
Dinosaur.
Yes.
And joining us once again is Len Testa, co-author of the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World. Welcome, Len.
Hey, how's it going, Matt?
Outstanding. And joining us also is the fabulous Annette Owens, the manager of customer relations and group services for the aforementioned MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. Welcome, Annette.
Hey, guys.
Well, it's Wednesday, and we're answering your listener questions. We're going to start with an email from Katie Little of Scarborough, Maine. Right, say Mike Squared, and the fabulous Annette. Hey guys, while listening to episode 609, I found myself yelling at my iPod in agreement with something that was said. As an annual pass holder for the parks in Florida, I have to agree with the fact that we do get shortchanged every so often. Having a separate ride entrance for pass holders would make a lot of the big ticket attractions worth riding if we knew we didn't have to wait in the ridiculous line. Yes, pass holders do get discounts, but I think it would be great if there was a separate entrance. I love the show. It makes my weeks go by a little easier knowing that I can look forward to Matt stumbling over the hard-to-pronounce town names. I think it's hilarious hearing Matt try to pronounce out how to pronounce weird town names, especially in New England. Well, Matt, I have one for you. St. Agatha. Looks easy, but believe me, it isn't. I pronounced it wrong until my mom corrected me. Look down for the pronunciation. Scopa, do you know which one she's talking about? It's spelled out it looks like it's St. Agatha.
How do you spell it, Matt? How do you spell it?
SAINT. AGATHA.
I should have gotten something to write with before I asked you that. All right, do it again.
It's Saint's not the key word. It's the other word. It's Agatha. AGATHA. Evidently, it's in New England.
Looks like St. Agatha to me.
Well, it's pronounced St. Agat.
That's in Maine.
That's in Maine. With speech impediments.
Next email is from Sean from Dallas and writes, my wife and I listen to the show every show, in fact, and can't wait for the new ones to come out. I wanted to tell you guys I think the listener that was asking about the Cinderella's carriage deal may have been talking about the over between Peter's Pan's Flights and Small World.
The
last time we were at
Peter's Pan's Flight?
Peter's Pan's Flight.
Peter's Pan Flight.
His pants fly?
I'm trying
You don't fly in frying pans.
No, his pants.
The last time we were at
Peter's Pants
Fire,
Flight.
pants on fire.
Peter's Pants Flight. It's a bunch of jeans going through the ride.
A bunch of jeans.
On hangers.
I really didn't think this joke had legs, but
I was having such a good time until you said that.
Well, anyway, thank you, Sean, because a lot of other listeners actually sent us emails about correcting us where the Cinderella's carriage was, and I certainly remember where it is now that I had about 20 emails reminding me where it was. But yes, I do recall the Cinderella's carriage, and certainly I do recall also the line being very, very long over there.
No idea what you're talking about. Yeah, whatever. Totally cool.
Next email is from Becky Cole or
Becky.
Becky.
of Cincinnati,
Becky.
Ohio. Who writes, "Dear all,
WKRP in Cincinnati. Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me.
I'm living
On the air in Cincinnati.
you guys are cute.
Cincinnati, WKRP. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Every show, I will always look forward to hearing Stupid Judy, Stupid Energy at the end of the show. Don't know why I find it so amusing. But in the past few weeks, it seems to be missing. What's up? Is Disney charging you royalties to use it? Just wondering."
No, Mike Newell's on vacation. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
that's exactly
Getting ready for American Idol. I don't know.
Newell's on vacation. I was too lazy to put it in there. Plain and simple.
Thanks for calling that out.
Next email's from Ricky from Anaheim, California, who writes, "Hello, humans."
Hello. Wait, what?
So I finally caught up on all the past episodes, and I'm now eagerly awaiting the new
Sorry.
shows. Here's my question. Is the bet between Matt and Len still on? You know, now that we have, in fact, Star Tours 2 coming to both parks, maybe that bet can be paid off at a Mouse Fan reunion. Well, despite my best efforts to renege on the deal, evidently Len's a stickler for agreements.
For keeping your word and stuff like that.
Yeah, I should have known better than to make a bet with somebody who works for a credit card company, but
I don't know what you were thinking on that one.
I think the reunion might be a good time for that, Len. We'll have to see your schedule and work something out.
Let's do it. I think it'll be good.
Yes, very good.
Hey, Ricky, nice email. Sorry you're not going to make it to the reunion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Next email is from Ed from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Ed.
Who writes, "Podcasting Fab 4. I'm still catching up on old episodes and listen to a live episode of Who Wants to Earn Their Ears.
Oh, wow.
You got to get the crew together for another one of these episodes. I thoroughly enjoyed listening. Very creative idea and a great way to get listeners involved. An autographed WDWTA t-shirt would be a sweet grand prize."
That was fun.
Yeah, where are we going to get one of those?
Well, we are doing it during the reunion on the cruise ship, aren't we, Newell?
Yeah.
That's
he
right.
wasn't talking about the one on the cruise, was he? He was talking about the other one.
I think he's talking about the one we did with
Lou.
Lou Angel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Angelo.
But we will be doing one live in December.
Right?
Details to follow.
Oh, speaking of Winston-Salem, I'm doing a
yes.
book signing.
Oh, plug it.
Who's
Yeah,
speaking?
so Saturday, September 26th,
What time?
2 p.m., Greensboro,
coffee.
North Carolina, Barnes & Noble at Friendly Center. I'm doing a book signing.
Free
Lunch
coffee.
is on Len.
Coffee is on me.
Oh,
For those people that don't know,
you said lunch.
Winston-Salem is close to Greensboro.
Scopa
That's kind
said.
of,
Yeah, very close.
People show up there waiting for Ohana to start. Okay, we're here.
Aloha.
it's just funny. Oh, Winston-Salem. Hey, come to Greensboro.
It's close. I mean, for me, God, people drive an hour for me. Come on.
An hour's nothing. Come on.
An hour? For
I-
me?
Coffee?
For a cup
Please.
of coffee.
With Len.
Next email is from Mary Jo Collins, who writes, "Hello.
No, Joe! Oh, she tried to
I
save
just
me
saw
during
you.
the marathon. She tried to save me during the marathon.
Oh, is that who saved you?
She was one of the people who, well, remember Laurel tried to kill me, but Mary
wow.
Jo was the one who tried to save me. So, yeah, she was one of them. It was very nice.
I
Thank
just
you, Mary
ran around
Jo.
Disneyland with Mary Jo. So
Oh, awesome.
Mary Jo, hello, my friends Matt, Mike, and that jerk Len."
Oh.
There. I put that in there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I put that in there.
Ow.
Are you sure you got that right, Len? Who tried to kill you?
I didn't throw up on her, so where's that coming from?
Hello, my friends Matt, Mike, Len, and the fairest one of them all, Annette. My question is regarding PhotoPass. I've used this service on many trips to Walt Disney World, and I've always bought the pictures on CD. This fall, I have the thrill of being able to go to Disneyland soon for an event that already happened.
Welcome back.
I know that you have 30 days after you initiate the pictures from a trip to do whatever you want with them in the PhotoPass site. But what I don't know is whether you can combine Disneyland pictures with Disney World pictures. My family has combined our PhotoPass cards together many times, so I know that works, but I just don't know about combining PhotoPass cards from Disneyland and Disney World. Yours truly from Lenoir City, Tennessee, or Lenoir City, if you're cool like Matt.
Lenoir?
Yeah, it's Lenoir. Come on.
Lenoir, whatever you say. That's an I don't think you can do it. I mean, I'd be shocked if Disney's technology was that. I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be moderately surprised anyway.
Perhaps one of our listeners knows the definite answer to this. I've never tried it, but
Or maybe
Yeah.
Mary Jo can let us know.
Since she's back.
She's back, really.
next email is from Griffin J, who writes, "It's completely stupid that you have to be 16 to go on the Keys of the Kingdom tour. I'm 14, and I was so excited when I heard about it. Then I found out about the age restriction. I love the parks and doing stuff there also, but I love history and backstage stuff. Why is there an age limit?
Is it a stamina thing or is it a size thing? You guys aren't like rappelling on bridges or anything, right?
You know, it's probably a legality thing or a
16,
insurance thing. I mean, if a little
maybe
3-year-old's
insurance, yeah.
running around and
See,
gets
I
hurt,
thought different. I had a different take on it, Mike. I thought it was a maturity thing because when you're going backstage, there's the possibility of seeing things that would
Naked
quote,
characters,
break the
what?
magic.
have you seen some of the adults that go backstage?
Yeah, really.
Oh,
We've
yeah, it
been
should be
backstage and we're
maturity
not
in that
mature.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
really.
saying. So I figured Disney figured 16 is a good maturity level, but that's
Well,
just a
and-
guess.
That's a guess. I think you're probably right, though, Matt, just because I've been on several of these and, you got to be quiet. You got to step back. Sometimes you got to step out of the way. Sometimes you see things you might not want to see. So,
Next email is from Sue Coppola, who writes, "Hi, Matt and the rest of the crew. So I'm guessing that your moms all taught you if you have nothing good to say, then don't say anything at all. I'm referring to D23, of course. You guys are the only podcast that has not weighed in on this topic. I, for one, am not joining. I was hoping for a Disney loyalty reward program, and all we've gotten is another way to pick our pockets. I have listened to the interviews with other podcasts, and the Disney folks saying that Disney had listened to podcasts for 3 years, and this is what they thought most folks wanted. Who were they listening to? Either way, $75 is, in today's economy, is wild, and at the very least, an indication of how out of touch the Disney folks are. Wow.
What's next, Matt? What's the next question you got?
Next question.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts, Sue. Next email is from... I will say that the reason I have not joined, and I will say that I have not joined because while I am a Disney parks aficionado, I am not an aficionado for Disney films, memorabilia, television for sure. I just don't care. So the event, D23 rather, the thing is membership is about other things other than the park, so I chose not to join it for that reason.
Matt, you know why I chose not to join?
What's that?
Because the name of this podcast is WDW Today, not DL Today.
Or Disney as a whole.
Right, Disney Channel and all
Right.
these other things. That's exactly why I didn't join. So, but to all their, to each their own.
I just didn't think it was worth $75, but whatever. Your thing works too.
That too. Next email is from Scott from Washington, D.C., who writes, I read in Mouse Tales, a behind-the-ears look at Disneyland by David Koenig, that there is a secret dining room within Disneyland called Club 33. As I understand it, the area was built to host corporate sponsors of the park. I read in his second book, Reality Land, True Life Adventures at Walt Disney World, along with other research, but could not find an equivalent place in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. I was wondering if any of you knew on the subject. My assumption was that Walt Disney World was so much larger that entertainment of park sponsors did not need to be within a park, and that it was done at other venues on property. Of course, if there was such a place, I'd make it a goal to somehow get reservations.
So there is I don't know if it's a secret because everyone knows about it, but there is a place called Club 33 in Disneyland with reservations that are difficult to get. There's no equivalent restaurant in Walt Disney World, but there are corporate sponsor lounges, which we've all been in many of, right, Mr. Scopa?
Yes, sir, we have.
Yeah.
Next. but those lounges do not have the. I don't think they compare to Club 33 though. I mean,
No.
the lounges are nice, but
No, nothing
they're not
compares
like
to that.
33. Yeah.
Yeah, and certainly the sponsors pay for those lounges in the price of their pavilion that they're sponsoring.
Yeah.
Next email is from Tim Gracie of Quincy, Massachusetts, who writes, "I started listening."
I believe it's pronounced Quincy.
Quincy. I started listening to your show starting with episode number 1 in the archives back in late 2008. I just finished listening to show 364 and live show number 1, but I
Sorry.
still have over 100 hours of inane banter to listen to. Forgive me if my show references are a bit dated, but I feel it's safe to assume that it still takes eons for emails to be answered. Scopa is still old, and Narcoossee's is still the recommended place to, quote, meet new people.
Meet friends.
True
Win
on
friends
all-
that
on all
influence
fronts.
people.
That's right.
Yeah.
My hope is that you will have not read this email. My hope is that you will have read this email on the air by the time I'm caught up. No pressure. My question is concerning the unofficial guide.
Ding.
Ding. There you go. What is the most number of dings in a listener email? Is the associated ding some sort of Pavlovian response that Newell has subconsciously programmed into his brain? If I were to say Jim Hill used to run unofficial guides to Magic Kingdom, would that merit a ding? What if I were to inquire about an unofficial guide? Does that get me a ding?
Oh, official? No.
Official.
Oops.
What would the ding count? What would the ding count be on the following sentence? Are the unofficial guide touring plans that are listed on touringplans.com unofficially or officially associated with the unofficial guide?
It's like how much would chuck.
Woodchuck wood.
That's awesome.
So I think it's safe to say that this show had the most dings.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like I'm on the Southwest.
Yeah, really, the website.
Basically, if it's not a reference to the unofficial guide in some capacity, form, or Lentesta, it doesn't get a ding. That's the easy
There
way.
you go. Yeah.
Next email is from Matt Lawrence of North Yorkshire, United Kingdom.
Yorkshire.
Writes- Yorkshire?
Yorkshire.
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 Ye old town in ye old England.
Leicestershire.
It's England.
England.
Detroit.
Rock City.
Matt writes, "Hi, Matt, Mike, Len, and Annette.
Rock City.
My family and I traveled to the world in July and August, and during our trip, my parents are going to be celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary. For the big day, I was hoping to book an ADR for Le Cellier, but listening to episode 541, you mentioned that may be very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Do you expect I'll have difficulty booking an ADR 90 days in advance? If so, can you recommend anywhere else?"
Yeah, you have to get up. Well, sorry, in the UK, you're like 5 or 6 hours
You're
ahead of
already
time.
up.
Yeah, you're already up.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
easy
like
for you
it's like
guys.
noon. Yeah.
Or work with a travel agent that will do that for you, and then you don't
There
have
you
to
go.
worry with it.
Even better.
There you go.
I just asked Newell to do it for me. Is that a good strategy in it?
That'll work too.
I've never tried that one. Sorry. I normally take care of mine by myself.
TCB, baby.
Next email is from Connor Shearer, who writes, "Hello, Walt Disney World Today staff. My name is Conan Shearer, 17 years old, and an avid listener to your podcast. I'm what you call a Disney geek. I look forward to downloading and listening to it. Highlight of my day. I just want to say thank you for all the magic you bring me and keep it up. I do have a question, though. How do you become a character in Walt Disney World? I think that would be an amazing summer job to have, and so I come to you for an answer. I know there are very specific height requirements. I'm 6'2", etc., and I was wondering how that all worked. Thank you for your time, and hope to hear back."
Wow.
Gaston-based character.
6'2"? Wow.
Yeah, 6'2" and 17. Good lord. Well, the thing is, Connor, I mean, to be a character is actually pretty simple. You just show up for casting. It's unfortunately not a very highly paid job. But the thing is that being 6'2", you're what Disney considers average height. They really are in high demand of people that are under 5 feet tall or over like 6'6", like basically the really tall and the really short characters.
So they're looking for the outliers in the.
Yeah, those are like, I mean, if you fall in that height range, I mean, they'll snap you up in a heartbeat to be a character. Of course, since you're not a girl, Connor, I don't think you're not going to qualify for the any of those princess roles. But you go to casting, and basically it's kind of like the army. You show up, and they you're interested in joining, and then they kind of figure out where you would fit in best. So.
And then they send you somewhere else.
Exactly.
Well, and I can tell you, I have a friend here in town that I've spoken with, and Queen of Hearts, So yeah, he was telling me about, he was actually the Ram at UNC. He was the Ram at UNC, so he actually got into being a mascot in college, which gave him the ability, little upper hand when going in and doing the other. So a little experience. Can't hurt anything.
There you go. Next email is from Steve from Temple, Texas, who writes, "Hi, guys. I'm a great fan of the podcast. Do you plan to try the 4 parks in one day again in either a modified or unmodified fashion?" Len?
Yes. I think
Well, that's simple.
I think we agreed last time that we would try and add in more attractions per park.
Yeah, I think what we say. We did.
We did 4, right?
And not the 3-hour dinner in the same day?
And a 3-hour dinner. Yeah, we're a 3-hour dinner too. That kind of screwed everything up.
No, I think we did 3 attractions, didn't we?
we 3. We could do
Yeah.
more. I think we agreed we could do more.
Yes, I agree. We'll have to figure it out. There might be an event that's coming up in 2010 that we're planning that might pursue. But yes, but too many details. I will divulge more at a later time, perhaps if an email bribes me well enough. Next email is from Neil in...
Dear Matt.
Dear Matt, I have pictures of...
I thought those were between us.
Hey, now.
Next email is from Neil in Achimani,
Oh,
United
my-
Kingdom.
I believe it's
Wow.
pronounced Ocho Cinco.
That's right.
Anyway, someone from Ye Olde England again, who writes, "Hi, Matt, Mike, Len, and perhaps Annette. Firstly, let me thank you for answering my question, albeit belatedly in episode 600, 3 months after my trip and 6 months after originally asking it."
Hey, these days that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. That's par for the course.
But you help somebody else.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
That's why we answer them.
Taking a leaf out of Len's data-driven book, The Maths, that's maths, not math, Governor.
That's right.
Suggests that I can
Governor.
squeeze in 2 questions before my next planned trip, so here goes. We're planning our next trip to the world in late 2010. It would
good.
appear, yes, we're ahead of schedule. It would appear, based on the 2009 dates at least, that we could conceivably fit Epcot Food and Wine, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, all within a fortnight's trip. Fortnight, I learned, is 2 weeks in Brit speak.
2 weeks. Yes.
Say October 30th through November 13th, for example. That sounds reasonable, don't you think, Glenn?
Yeah, definitely.
My questions are, is this usual for these special events to overlap or be so close together?
Well, you have to remember that Disney's running the Not So Scary Halloween Party starting in right after 4th of July.
August.
And so I actually figured this out that actually 1/3 of the year is devoted to is devoted to those 2 holidays in Disney World. So it's not uncommon at all, especially if you can go like the last week of October, first week of November, somewhere in there. Yeah, definitely you could do it.
Yeah,
Anything
just-
like October 25th through November 8th.
Yeah, he mentioned October 30th, Neil. Neil did
Oh
rather.
yeah,
And
So you could do Halloween and then definitely be there. for the
oh yeah,
Christmas
no
party.
problem at all. Yeah, what the heck? You could get in Jersey Week too while you're there.
I just wanted to remind Neil that if he does go with those dates, like say get there on October 30th, make sure he buys his Not So Scary tickets really as soon as they come out, because really early, because those dates
Halloween
sell
date's
out.
gonna
Yes.
yeah.
Neil also wants to know, I'm aware that the party cost varies by date, but does the content of the parties change depending on the date you go? Scopo?
No.
No, the only thing that will change is that the closer you get to Halloween, the more candy you'll probably get. But the
That's
content
true.
does not change. 2 parades, 1 fireworks,
And 2 headless
the-
horsemen.
2 headless horsemen. That's correct. That's 2. Thank you, Mr. Newell.
Right, we were getting beat up on that, and we confirmed that it's 2 headless. It's 2
They have 2
headless
different
horsemen.
headless horsemen.
No, he rides twice.
He rides
Oh,
twice.
oh.
Right, right.
Yeah, because where are they going to find 2 headless guys?
One is really kind of cool as it is. you know?
Sing.
But no difference in the content, Matt.
Oh,
The
what
only
if they're
thing-
Siamese twins? Then they could.
Oh God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, let's try to keep ahead of these
But-
questions.
You know, really and truly, oh my gosh, really and truly.
Wow, it took you a while to get that one.
Oh, it did. Sorry. Oops.
Like their head on their shoulders.
I was going to say, you will see closer to Halloween more and more people dressed up in costume, and especially on the 30th and 31st,
I'm
So
going
that
on the
kind of-
31st.
rather than August or September.
Neil also wants to know, how do crowds and weather compare at this time of the year, again, October 30th through November 13th, compared to early May, our usual trip timing?
It's a lot
I think the
cooler.
weather's beautiful.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit less, but I'm guessing with grad nights and stuff,
Yeah.
it's probably a lot. You got food and wine to contend with. I think you're probably going to see. I don't know, Len. Do you think you'd see a different type of park clientele now? You'd see less kids, more kids in May and June.
Well, I was thinking, yeah, that's exactly right. You'd probably see more adults, fewer kids.
Just like
Slightly.
Scopo said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Scope is kind of crowded. So the anytime school's in session, you're either going to see much younger children but fewer of them anyway. So
Yeah.
Next email is from David McDonough, who writes, I'm a new listener to the show, and I was just wondering if Coronado Springs business club rooms are nice. We're used to the beach club, but it was booked, so we have to suffer at Coronado.
oh, they're not bad. The,
I was just there. Oh, they're gorgeous.
yeah. I was going to say.
See about the resort.
Sorry, Lynn. They're just gorgeous.
And Len, you definitely like them?
Yeah, I mean, in fact, I was going through photos of them the other day. They're I think they're quite nice actually.
Oh, the
Yeah.
other big thing is it's queen beds, not double beds.
Oh, they moved over queens? Good. I haven't measured those yet. Cool.
Yep, they're
So-
queens.
They're not doubles. That's nice.
Get a thread count? Oh, sorry.
No, I wasn't working for Lynn when I went.
That's okay.
Next email is from Stuart, the Disney Geek Dad from Howell, New Jersey.
Yo.
Stuart.
Who writes, first, I want to say that you guys do a great job informing and entertaining your audience each and every week. 2 of the funniest and greatest shows in the podcast history have to be Sip, Snack, and Sick, parts 1 and 2. Since you've already eaten around the world twice, would you consider eating around the resorts whereby you would hop from resort to resort consuming, or in Len's case, exhuming, your choice of food or beverage?
Hey now. But yes.
Who's driving?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to have a designated driver for that one.
And that's an
yeah.
all-day event. Wow, that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, that would
That
be.
would be fun.
Yeah.
We'll have
That'd be a hoot, actually, yeah.
The wheels
The
in my head are.
2010 event.
Yes, add it to that mystery event. Let me add it down.
Yes. Yes. Add it to the event.
Next email is from. I can't get over Newell's silver spoon accent over there.
Yeah, me and Lovey.
Who writes, next email is from Emily Stock, who writes, love the show. I have a couple quick questions. When does Disney come out with a new year, with next year's promotions? Example, Year of a Million Dreams, what will you celebrate?
They usually announce them in October for the following year, right?
Yeah, because usually their fiscal year begins October 1st, so
Yeah.
makes sense for them to make an announcement for that.
Nothing next year.
I haven't heard anything, no. We haven't heard. And
I think they're continuing this. I think they're going to like a 2-year thing now on these.
yeah, it's probably like considering the return on investment that they're going to get, the development
Yeah.
cycle and everything, probably that's been the trend certainly. So I think you're right about that one.
Yeah, I think so.
Len writes. Emily writes.
Len writes. You're not.
The
You owe me
unofficial
money.
guide.
Emily writes, how about discounts? Do they have a normal time of the year that they come out? How have you thought about doing a show on Apple applications or websites around the world?
What?
So Mouse Savers has on the Mouse Savers website is a chart that shows every discount that's ever come out since 2005, I think, the date on which it came out, the discount, and then the travel dates for each of those as well. So I'd use that.
Cool. Next email is from Jane Wilbanks, who writes, we're going to the world soon for 7 nights, 8 days with Magic Your Way quick service meal plan and staying at Old Key West Resort.
Yay.
We have 2 girls, 9 and 11. Do you recommend using the early extra magic hours or late or both? We've not obtained a park hopper ticket. Do you recommend this? Any advice is appreciated. Let's start out with extra magic hours, girls 9 and 11. So morning, evening, or both?
Morning.
I
Len?
think so too. Yeah, I think morning too.
Newell?
I'll go morning.
If that's what the girls, if the girls can get up in the
Oh my
morning,
goodness.
that's
I'm going both. It depends on your 9 and 11-year-old and what they can handle.
That's a good
yeah,
point.
it's true. Good point.
I mean,
the adult.
ideally, I would say both. Just you get, but the problem with burning the candle on both ends, obviously, is you got to come home and you got to come back in the afternoon and take a break to recharge the batteries. So
And 9 and 11, you know good and well they're going to want to jump in the pool.
next email is from Mark from Sydney, Australia. Who writes, hi gang, thanks for the regular insights into the world. Living in Australia means infrequent visits to Walt Disney World, so your show keeps the feelings alive. Living in Australia also means that when we arrive at Walt Disney World after a long trip, our body clocks are usually screwed up. For example, we might arrive late at night and feel like eating lunch. Are there any 24-hour restaurants in Walt Disney World resorts, or at least restaurants that are open until midnight or later? I don't mean room service because we don't stay in room service hotels, but delivery would be acceptable.
Peekaboos.
Is it open 24 hours?
24 hours, and that's at the Dolphin, right?
Yeah, it's at the Dolphin.
It's at the Dolphin. Actually, we ate there at 3:30 in the morning after the Tower Terror race, remember? That's right, yeah.
I think Newell will back me up that there is no finer restaurant at odd hours of the night than the Waffle House.
Waffle House.
That's right. It gets better as the night goes on, and then something happens at like 7 a.m. and it goes right back down. But something happens.
Yeah, that's when we leave.
That's right. Well, it's time for our last question of the day, where I'll give Mike Newell 3 questions to answer, one of which will be answered today. The other 2 go back in the email queue to be answered later. Are you ready, Mike?
Never to be seen again. Yes, I'm ready.
Your first option is Disney can handle the hit, tipping, or Len's Toronto mishap.
Ooh. I'm sorry, Len.
All right, good.
I guess you're going for the last one?
That kind of gave it away when I said,
Oh, right.
I'm sorry, Len.
So this letter's from Dawn.
Yeah, really.
Next email is from Becky Brayland of San Jose, California, who writes, Matt, Mike, Len, and Annette. I want to start by saying how much I enjoy your podcast. You guys keep me giggling during my workouts at the gym, which might be kind of creepy to the casual onlooker. I wanted to
She's a
comment.
special girl.
I wanted to comment on the flack that Len got for bringing his family on an 8-hour layover on their Disneyland Paris trip.
An
While
8-hour layover.
While I
Sorry.
agree that not telling your wife until you were on the plane may not have been the best of choices, I didn't think that the 8-hour layover was such a bad idea. Why didn't you take some of those hours to go do something fun in Toronto? Some of my best family memories growing up were the long layovers we had. From these great side trips to the Mall of America in Minneapolis, a great tour of LA, and even a day trip through the city of Frankfurt, Germany. Ironically, these are the stories we recall when talking about some of our best family memories. Okay.
What?
I just read these emails. I don't write them.
Nice choice, Noel.
Next time, get out of the
Yeah.
airport and do something, and don't.
Yeah, I totally
take
should have.
layover.
I totally should have, and I didn't.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah,
see,
you should have.
The
Yada,
Sky
yada,
Dome
yada.
is now known as the Rogers Center.
That's
Toronto's-
true.
Toronto's a nice city.
It is.
Is there a reason why you didn't, or you just didn't think about it?
I just didn't. I mean, I didn't think we could actually do it and come back, and going through security and everything. I didn't know how long it would take, but yeah, I totally should have.
Well, that, and, it's a little hard to plan something when you're getting hit.
Yeah,
When
it's
you
true. When I
find
was
out that
That
you're
is
staying
true.
in for 8
Couch, by the
hours.
way, Len.
too funny.
Becky also adds, since it's traditional to ask a question in these emails, my husband and I are going to try and get to the world for our 5th wedding anniversary, which happens in April of 2010. Our trip will likely be in June of 2010, which gives you plenty of time to answer this email. We get to Disneyland at least 6 times per year, but have never been to Disney World together. We're trying to choose between a moderate, probably Port Orleans French Quarter, and the Swan and Dolphin. Where I would qualify for the teacher's discount? What do you think would be the best option? It's just my husband and myself.
If it's an anniversary trip, I'd go with French Quarter.
I would go Swan and Dolphin. The beds are better.
Heavenly.
And location, I think the location is better to Swan and Dolphin.
Yeah, and plus you can walk to.
Well, if they're not renting a car, then I would go Swan and Dolphin, because otherwise you got to pay the parking fee, and that's just.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Dolphin.
true. It's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
that takes that discount.
Yeah, it would bother me. I would do donuts in the parking lot just in spite of. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, if no car, Swan and Dolphin I think is a great choice, great location. But anyway, that's it. For
No,
us
it's
today.
not
Don't
gonna-
forget that this episode of WDW Today is being sponsored by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. You know what? Even cheapskates like me can afford MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. I mean, look at these prices: $60 for Pop Century. I mean,
That's crazy.
It's
Ridiculous.
it's beyond crazy. We don't know how Annette feeds her children at the end of the day, but you know what?
Calls it the Hochberg special.
I guess she just tells them ramen soup goes a long way. But you know what? Pop Century is available for that rate. And you know what? For many other times of the year, you can find great rates. Check out Mouse Fan Travel at www.mousefantravel.com.
.com.
If you want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the WDW Today website at wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, Mike Newell, and the fabulous Annette Owens, I'm Matt Hodgeberg. We'll see you on the next show.
Stupid Judy, stupid energy.
This has been a production of Mouse World Radio.